up, every fucking body? Welcome to another episode of TTR with your boy Michi Black, and right next to me is Main Event RJ with the fucking strap. And today, actually, let me stop that really quick. We gotta talk about your amazing title reign, bro.
Yeah.
You got what? We're at day. I'm not gonna put at 100 yet. We're at day 98.
Yeah.
98.
Well, we're close to 100.
We're definitely close to 100. We're definitely close to 100.
Yeah.
But just know that Mini Man is coming right for you, bro, and I can't wait to hit you with it. So you see,
All right.
when it happens, I'm gonna ask you, are you okay, bro? Remember that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we're getting close to day 100. We're definitely doing better than the MOX title reign right now. I mean,
Oh my god.
definitely more interesting.
At least we see your strap every pod.
That
I haven't seen the strap from boxing about who knows how goddamn long.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Wednesday, I just want to talk about one thing before we get into our dynasty prediction. Wednesday, we seen something I thought I'd never see TK pull. Bro had MOX and Marina. Marina was tough. She was tough. I'm not saying she was over the top, but for what we seen, she was tough. Versus our man Swerve and Willow Nightingale, the Smiling Warrior. Now, as you know, we were so accustomed to a lot of intergender matches. You know, women hit women, men hit men. And, you know, if a woman tags the men in, instantly the woman tags the man in. They probably get in each other's faces, but we never see them. We never see them tussle. That was until Wednesday. TK did the most. I'm not gonna say TK. Let me rephrase that. MOX did the most diabolical thing I could ever see in my life.
Worst thing he's done since he started.
Worst thing. He choked people with plastic bags. Yep. He put cleaning fluid in people's mouths. It was worse than that. I thought I'd never see. He took Willow by her arms and dropped her on her and delivered the most diabolical drop I ever seen on her. Why would you do that to a Smiling Warrior like that? Like, why? She's always smiling. She don't bother no one. You're just mad because you sticking up for her man Swerve. When I respect her for that, because everyone else in the back look like they ain't trying to step up to MOX in the Death Rider, which is crazy to me. Go ahead.
Was so distraught watching that,
bro,
and I'm still not over it. I want Mox's head on a spike right now.
Listen, we need to put a bounty on his head right second.
First of all, what a great sequence. Like,
absolutely.
I saw him wandering the ring, and I'm just like, he better fucking not. He did it, and I jumped out of this chair. I was beside myself. First of all, Swerve as the visual of him looking back and seeing the aftermath, great visual. But how dare you? Because that's
craziness, bro.
She tweeted out that she's fine, and that's great. But if anybody ever touches my queen, my goddess, my heart of professional wrestling ever again like that, I might cease to exist. I might just out of the.
He might fizzle out.
I never want to see that again. And
oh my god!
And I know we were gonna really talk about it, but Hangman and Swerve had an interaction after that, because Swerve was beside himself, and I love that interaction. That interaction was just as perfect. I think.
You burned my house down. I know.
You deserved it. I know.
Man, hold on. Before this is the last thing I want to say before we go into the predictions.
Before we go into Dynasty, right?
I want to say the storytelling that people said that is not there in the dub is not watching the product.
Liars. Yeah.
Like I just want to say, and usually I'll be calling this shit how it is, but
facts,
man,
like beginning of December, end of November, you could still kind of make that argument because the story other than Mariah May and Tony was still kind of iffy. But yeah, no, there's no like. You can't watch an AEW show go, there's zero story here because you're just lying.
Listen, right now I feel like in the dub, the top stories is Swerve, Hangman, and that's not even the main story. Yeah,
that's not even. They're literally not even actively fighting each other, but they're so intertwined and so good that it's a main story.
I just want to put that out there. But now let's get to the predictions, because boy, Dynasty, we got some shit, man. We got a heater. Like I say it all the time, but we really do got a heater on pay-per-view.
Right. Only one bad match on the card. He's thinking about the
Let me look,
card.
bro.
He's looking at the
Okay.
card. You're gonna see it.
I had
You'll
to
see
look.
it.
No,
It-
I see two.
Two. Ooh,
I
that's
definitely see
interesting.
two.
Okay, consider
I
that.
see one bad one, and then I see one that's going to be a squash match.
I think I know what you're talking about. I actually, I agree with you. But
And then everything else. But I'm going to pick the matches. We're not going to go in order. I'm going to pick them, and we're going to run right into it.
Fair enough.
Yep. So I'm going to start with Megan Bayne and Toni Storm. This story's been all right. It hasn't been nothing crazy. Y'all love Toni. Y'all as TTR, as y'all know, I could care less for Toni.
Yes,
I'll
haters,
say the one part that had me popping out my seat for this story is when she was doing the drawing when she's talking in front of the camera and Penelope Ford came and kicked her. Cinema.
I keep forgetting she's part of this story because she's linked to Megan Bayne,
But-
and then she kicked Toni. Like, oh yeah.
But
you know
besides
Toni
that
is.
though, I honestly think Megan Bayne should beat her ass. Like Toni should not retain. There's no way that Megan Bayne's been this dominant for so long just to lose at the big one. Stop it. I'll be up in arms about that one.
I also have Megan Bayne doing this, but I will not be even a modicum of surprised if Toni retains. Like I think it could be fun to change to Megan Bayne. I think it would be a few months of a really fun dominant title reign, but I wouldn't be surprised if Toni rolls her up. I'll be dead honest with you. I don't think they'd do that, but I can see them keeping the belt on Toni for now because she's just so popular.
I don't know why you would wish that upon us right now because no one wants to see Toni. I am over it.
I'm not. Thunder
I'm over
Tits
it.
was like 2 weeks ago, and that shit was great. I'm not.
Oh my God.
I don't care.
What do they call LA? Oh, the chant merchant.
the
What'd she do?
catchphrase merchant.
Yeah, the catchphrase merchant. Like, bro, same thing with Toni, bro.
She's a tits merchant.
Like, anyhow. So who you think is gonna? So who you think's gonna win? Who do you want in your head and who you want in your heart? Cause I know you.
I'm picking Megan, but I just won't be surprised if it's Toni. Like if Toni wins, I'm not gonna go damn, but I really would like to see. I think the ideas of Megan having the title are more fun than Toni continuing the title reign, but that's just me. So
Okay. All right. On to the next one. I'm gonna get the shittiest one out the way.
Yes.
Chris Jericho and Bandito.
Bandito.
I think I about to say being on the same page. Bandito gotta win.
It's for his mask, and I don't think they hate him enough.
However, I'm gonna say this though. You might think it feeling different, but Chris Jericho's been doing a lot for Bandito in a good way. Like you may not want to admit it, but even though we don't like him, Chris Jericho's doing his part and making sure Bandito come out as a top guy. In my head, I don't like him still, but I feel like he should retire. But that's just me.
Yeah, the work he's doing not in the ring with the whole like lucha hunting thing is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting enough, and it's I just wish Chris Jericho was kind of gone. But
it makes me when I see him on, it makes me not want to cut off my TV as much as he used to before. Because before I used to. I hate you. So
I can't stand that motherfucker.
But I just wanted to get that match out because I feel me and you was on the same page.
Yeah,
this one, you may not like what I'm about to give for this one, but oh well. Who you got for DG versus Adam Cole? Hold up. Baby! I had to get that out. I do it every time. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's so interesting, right? Because I don't feel like we've done enough with Daniel Garcia's Tyler reign. Like he's had some good matches, right? And that's great. But like, I never got my Shelton rematch that I wanted, and
Steve,
he's
I
kind
feel
of
like
been stuck with the Undisputed Era or Kingdom. So it's like I still want to see more DG, but I also really like the idea of Adam Cole winning that title. Like it's like, damn, I'm in such a weird spot with this one.
I could care less for DG. You know that I hate the dance. He needs to get over the dance and shit. Like he has to get out of that gimmick if he wants 6. Don't you fucking dare. But I want him to win though, because Adam Cole, I don't see the need for him to have the strap when he's in a faction. Why aren't they not going for the trios tag? Go in your division, bro. Like, why you gonna be in a group and y'all not go for a trios tag championship belt? I'm not understanding.
I can make one reason why, so I can get Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong versus FTR in a 2 out of 3 falls match. That's what I want personally. So you know what? Strap Adam up with the TNT title because I need that best 2 out of 3 falls. Because the fact that they're walking away from that pissed me off. Those matches were great on Collision, and they're just like, oh yeah, we're clearly gonna do a 2-out-of-3 falls match, but Copeland has to distract FTR first. I'm like, excuse me, we were doing something over here. This was fun.
You know what?
And you ruined it.
I love that you brought him up because wait till you hear what I'm about to say about this match. Who do you have winning for the Chills Tag Strap? Rated FTR versus the Death Riders.
I already don't care about the match, so I mean, like, anybody could, but I guess rated FTR. Maybe you do rated FTR and then Undisputed Kingdom go after them, and they're like cohesive unit of the United Undisputed Kingdom goes against the fact that they've been bickering. Rated FTR. I don't freaking.
So I'm gonna tell you this: Death Riders should win. Rated, not rated. Dax should beat the hell out of Copeland and break up FTR.
He's not breaking up FTR. They've talked about
absolutely he should.
They've talked about that multiple times. They're not breaking up FTR. They are attacking.
I'm telling you, right now, this is gonna be the time to do it. Now I'm gonna tell you why.
He's gonna be devastated when they hit a shadow machine on Cope and walk out together. He's gonna be devastated.
I'm telling you why. Dax wants to win the tag straps, not the trio strap, the tag strap. I agree with him, bro. Cope needed help. They came out to help them. They was like, all right, we'll stay here. We'll help you with your little Death Riders debacle and go by our time. In that time they were helping, bro, Cope went for the strap twice and lost twice.
Yep.
So why is FTR still with Cope? Why is Dax's partner still crying about, we got to help Cope and, we got to get to there? I'm with Dax. I don't give a fuck.
They're boys.
I don't give a fuck.
They're boys.
You got I don't give a deal. We put our careers on the side to help your ass out. You lost twice. Help us out. Help us get the tag straps. Be our manager. Cheat for look at Don Callis cheating all the damn time. Cheat.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it $150 with you, Chief. If the Hurt Syndicate was my boys' targets, I'm not helping them. I'm all right. Y'all got that. So I don't blame Cope at all. You want me to interfere in a Bobby Lashley match? Bro, pushing 50, it looked like he could break a building in half. I ain't dealing with that. That's a y'all problem. Y'all want the tag stripes? Straps, you go get them. I want that shit.
I best believe I will. But I really hope they break up, though. I'm tired of Cope interfering in shit that he don't need to be in. Bro need to go do something else. Like, why are you trying to get another strap under your belt, bro? To do what?
Because he's a warrior, a professional wrestler. He's there for his job.
Bro, it's terrible on the mic. What are we being subjected to? Why are we gonna be subjected to this?
I think terrible's a little rude. I don't think he's a great speaker, but he's not bad.
So if he's not great, what is he, RJ? If he's not great, then he's fucking shit. There's no in between. There's no in between.
There's good, bad, and I.
All right, who's worse than Mox?
Worse than Mox?
On the mic.
Cope?
Oh, I said Mox. Sorry, who's worse than Cope on the mic?
I don't know, dude. I never get into a Top Flighter talking. They're always just there. Top Flight, they're kind of just always around. Roderick Strong isn't that strong on the mic either. He's kind of more of a wrestling guy.
Okay.
Shit. Don't do this.
I can't argue with you. You put two there, and I'm like, all right.
There's a couple more probably, but I mean, I don't know.
All right.
Because like I said, Cope just talks. He's not like engaging, but he doesn't stutter. He doesn't fuck up. So I mean, that's something, I guess.
I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna do CEO Mercedes Moné. No, sorry, Mercedes Four Belts Moné versus Penelope Ford. I feel like we're on the same page. Mercedes wins. I'm not going to sit. Wait, I definitely said Penelope Ford. Sorry, Julia Hart. Yeah,
Julia Hart.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. That was my mistake. Julia Hart though. I'm gonna say this. Mercedes wins. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a easy match. Like I'm not saying it's gonna be like a squash. It's not a squash.
No,
I think Julia's tough.
Yeah, I think they'll have a pretty straightforward singles match. I think they're pretty good. I know people have been down on Julia Hart for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I feel like ever since she came back and like kind of reinvented herself, they left Aleister Black or
he left them.
Aleister Black them, lack thereof. And with it was Buddy, Brody, and Julie, like they're so tough.
Yeah, and
Buddy's just really hurt. Buddy's really hurt right now. So that's why Brody's. Yeah, he's hurt.
I'm so tired of everybody getting hurt, bro. Everybody's injured.
Yeah.
Yesterday, literally had like 5 reports.
Yeah, he got hurt. I think. Don't quote me. I think like November, December timeframe. I think he got hurt.
Oh,
I think he got hurt.
Was it during that Australia shit? Was that?
I think so. I think after.
Because I think that was November. I think that was after World's End. Was it not?
Yeah, it's all around there. But yeah, Buddy's hurt. So Brody's doing this thing by himself. Julia's been reinventing themselves, and like I feel like all collectively they're all doing great. I say this to say though, Julia's not ready to hold the strap though.
Oh yeah, no, she ain't going. Plus, you got to set up for Athena Monet in this tournament. And, and Julia doesn't. This isn't the C2, right? There's no like losing and having another match. Once you're out, you're out. So this is. It kind of makes it a little bit more predictable when you look at the matchups, but it's also like, okay, yeah, you're gonna get a solid match out of Julia, which again, I don't know what people have been so negative about her. Ever since I saw like the week she came back, people were like, oh, she hasn't changed. I'm like, well, yeah, she just got back.
I know,
she
right?
Was injured last week. Like, what are we talking about? But yeah, I like Julia. I think she does have a lot more growing to do, but she's doing it. It's not like she's just doing nothing. She's unfortunately a woman in the professional wrestling space. Not a lot of time there to do stuff. So you kind of gotta not learn on the job necessarily, but like get all your improvements. Yeah, when you get the chance. So I think people being down on her is a little unfair. But I mean, her and Monet are gonna have a phenomenal match. But that's definitely a Monet W. That's an easy Monet W.
Easy money. All right, now next one we hurt people versus Big Bill and Brian Keith.
Squash. I don't think this is going to be that crazy of a match.
I don't think so either, but it's not going to be a squash, though.
I like that my tag titles are being on pay-per-view. I like that the Her Syndicate's on pay-per-view. I kind of wish we had picked a different tag team other than Jericho's Lackeys again, because that's kind of the reason why they came out in the first place. And I didn't like that.
But we got to put this in there. I feel like this is starting to build a wedge so they could finally break away for the Jericho Vortex.
Yeah, but they keep doing that. And I thought it was because they wanted Big Bill, to take the ROH title. That's clearly not it, because they're definitely putting that shit on Bandito. I don't know.
Maybe Big Bill takes it from Bandito, and then Jericho comes back and say, hey, you want to give that back? You want to give that back to me? And Big Bill's like, bitch, no. You gonna fight me for it, though?
That would be nice. Hey, that would be nice.
Listen, I see the vision. I see the vision, man. So we both agree. We hurt people's going. I know that's not their name, but I just love saying we hurt people.
Bro, I love we hurt people.
This might be the first wrestling song that's going to go on my playlist.
First, dog, I got like 80.
Bro, that's crazy.
Bro, listen to the jams, bro. That Will Ospreay comes out in the middle of my workout, bro. It's over, bro. I'm over pumping, bro. You hear that? It's over, bro. I'm hitting my sets. Okay. I'm doing it. I don't care.
All right. So now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty, because this is where the game's gonna change and we're gonna argue. So we're gonna start with the worst of the worst. So we got my guy Ricochet versus Kenny Omega. Because that's how they say it. And then we got let me make sure I get there. Mike Speedball Bailey. I know I'm not gonna lie. I know we got something different. I'm gonna tell you from now. Ricochet's beating the fuck out of Kenny and Mike.
That's crazy. On Mike. That's wild. No, he's not. Yeah, he's not.
Is that not his name?
Oh, I thought you said on Mike. I thought you meant like in promo battle. I'm like, no, that's not right.
No, we're talking about Dynasty and the damn protection.
You said he's gonna beat Kenny on Mike. So I'm sorry.
I said he's gonna beat the fuck out of Kenny and Mike.
I didn't hear and. That's how you said on. That's why I got confused. You can't blame me for that. But also, no, he's not. Unfortunately, and here's the thing. Ricochet, Kenny, and Speedball are gonna have a phenomenal triple threat. That's gonna be a great match. The problem is, even though I could also see Ricochet winning the international title, it's a problem because Kenny just won this. And how often are you seeing people lose their titles on their first defense? It's not very
exactly
often.
why we should do it.
Oh,
because then Ricochet goes in there and he just wins because he cheats. He's a slime ball. I love the bald slime ball. I might have to get a bald cap so I can match him.
No, that's crazy. That's absurd.
But Ricochet's win though. Speedball's tough. Kenny's tough. But I got my guy Ricochet winning. Mopping the floor and with both of them.
I mean, maybe, because Speedball is right there. You could pin Speedball, and it makes sense. Or not makes sense. I'm sorry, I think they're combining those titles, the International and Continental, so I don't see the point of taking it off of Kenny right now. Because you're doing Okada Kenny at All In. Like, no matter what. That's why Okada, you're not doing Okada.
Or we could do Okada. We could do Okada Ricochet.
That was literally the worst match on Wrestle Dream. And you want to see it again? Or Wrestle
I'll see it again. I'll see it again. If it means they're going to combine the shots and Ricochet's going to be the champion, that's A-okay with me.
You want to rewatch Ricochet Okada after that terrible match. Okada went after that match, had a second match on the card, and put on a 5-star match. You want to rewatch Ricochet Okada?
I'll rewatch it as long as Ricochet gets a shot.
That's blasphemy. Like, that's blasphemy. That's crazy.
Or hold on. Or we can make it sweet and make it a triple threat and you can add in Kenny.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
Just to watch him lose again.
That's disgusting.
That's okay with me.
Kenny's not losing it All In. If Kenny's walking into All In, his first All In since his injury, he's not walking out with a loss. That's just unfortunate for Ricochet. Fine, you know what? Give Ricochet this win because he's not winning it All In. Because even if it's Ricochet Okada, Ricochet's not winning that either. Because you put it on Okada, the bigger star. Respectfully. Don't lean back.
Okay.
Ricochet's peak right now is a chance at winning a mid-card title. Okada has a chance to win the world title. Don't look at me like that. Bro doesn't know Okada's history, talking about Ricochet right now.
We're just gonna move on to the next subject. So I'm not gonna argue with you. I ain't gonna argue about the next one.
We're not arguing about the next one. What if I have a different opinion? I don't even know.
We got Kyle Fletcher. This is one we're not gonna argue about. Versus Mark Briscoe. This is gonna be a squash match. I expect this to be done in about 5 minutes. And Kyle wins.
This is their 4th match, and they've had 3 full bangers. Do you expect them to squash Mark Briscoe after that?
You already know how I feel about Briscoe.
Well, I know how you feel about Briscoe, but you've seen him and Kyle put on 3 phenomenal matches. You think they're just going to put a squash match in there? No.
I hope.
No.
Listen, I hope, but I already know.
That's crazy. He and Kyle put on bangers. I'm not excited for this one,
maybe I'm watching a different John than y'all. Maybe I'm watching a different show than y'all because there's no way you're telling me Mark Briscoe. Oh my God.
He put on a classic in the C2. They did, was it 2? No, it was the one match in the C2, the match post the C2, and then Kyle got his lick back twice. Why do we have to Kyle and Mark put on bad matches just because you don't like Briscoe?
Listen, I feel like Briscoe's a below average wrestler. That's just me.
He has such below average matches with Kyle.
Bro. I'm not even trying to get too deep into this, but bro, he gets the crowd hype by doing redneck kung fu.
Yes.
Redneck kung fu. On top of, I just don't get it, bro.
Bro doesn't like gimmicks.
Honestly,
bro doesn't. You just don't like gimmicks. Even though
said that.
All your guys are gimmicks, but you always hate on somebody for doing something that isn't like normal. Redneck kung fu.
No.
Like,
not the fact it's not normal. Like
Orange Cassidy, you don't like the pockets? That's
I just don't like the pockets. No, it's so dumb. So dumb. Oh my God. Okay. Because I said the pockets is dumb. That's where we gotta move on. Okay.
Bro hits this and the crowd's into it. Bro's just like, nah, I don't like that.
Nah, bro, no. Like what? No.
Hands up, and bro's just like, it's not for me.
It's not.
It's crazy
to put in my pockets and gonna get me started on that whole different thing. I know you won't get started on. Terrible idea. Next match, I don't know. We might argue, we might not. But we got Will Ospreay versus Kevin the Jet Knight, who I think is tough. I think he's gonna be Will.
And wow, hold on. I don't even know how to address this. First of all, before I address what he just said, I want to wish Jay White a speedy recovery. I'm so pissed.
So unfortunate. Unfortunate.
He was,
and he
so
just came
over.
back, right?
He just got back, brother, and now he's got a surgery coming on now, bro. I'm pissed, brother.
Bro,
I was heartbroken to read it because I just thought like they were doing it for storyline reasons, and then the report came out that he was actually injured. I'm distraught.
And I'm keeping me, and I didn't really care for Jay White, but I was starting to become a fan of his. Bro was so tough,
dude,
so tough,
so over. And the reports are Juice Robinson's coming back soon. I wanted that reunion so bad, and I have to wait for it even longer. Dude. I'm just. It's tough being a Jay White fan in 22 in the Big 2-5. The Big 2-5 is not the best to us.
The fact he really got hyped for Juice Robinson just kills me, bro.
Hey, you were there during the early days of Collision. Bullet Club Gold held Collision especially when CM Punk left. Bro, that was their show. They were main evented. They were putting on banger matches. Juice Robinson, the Guns, and Jay White, they're all on my white list. They get passed no matter what because they put on clinics on Collision, and I won't have you disrespecting my squad like that. They're disrespecting my gang like that.
I'm not going to disrespect. The only thing I like about them was the entrance. The entrance was tough, but I think Juice Robinson is overrated. But
he does his comedy spots. How can he be overrated? Bro pisses on people like a fire hydrant. What is overrated about that? He doesn't hold a title. He's just there.
We're not gonna talk about that.
You're just mad that he snuggles up with Tony Storm every night.
We're gonna talk about the match at hand. Will Ospreay versus Kevin the Jet Knight, and Kevin wins.
I don't think you understand what's going on in this tournament. You think Will Ospreay's getting one and done first round of this tournament for the world title by the guy that just got here?
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But the biggest babyface in the company getting pinned in the tournament that he's so very passionate about, no, that's just not anything. That's a Vince McMahon booking idea, respectfully. That was because Kevin Knight's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even a Kevin Knight hater. I love what he's been doing. I love how over he is, and I love the way he had that match with Jay White. And that tag match he had recently was phenomenal. He's got a big future. Hell, the landscape of 2026, 2027 AEW might have him in the world title picture. But you think he's coming in and immediately beating Will Ospreay in a tournament to determine the number one contender for All In? That's crazy.
Bro, you made it seem like I said like bro's going to win the whole tournament. Like what's the issue?
Basically what you just said is if let's say the night after WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes comes out, cuts a promo, and Carmelo Hayes pins him that night. Then it doesn't make sense. It's like Carmelo Hayes, great guy, great athlete.
Why would that make
Cody Rhodes?
Why would that make sense if bro literally if we're fighting the night after Mania? Well,
because Cody Rhodes is up here, and Carmelo, even after his NXT run, was down here because he had to come to the main roster. Carmelo's a great athlete, had a good NXT run, but he wasn't a Cody Rhodes. Because the only other person would have been, and unfortunately it was, a Brock Lesnar, who is the bigger star.
But RJ, I'm gonna say this though. We have to rewind this back really quick because you're really making it seem like I said bro's gonna win the whole tournament. There's nothing wrong with. I'm gonna take back to the dub. There's nothing wrong with Kevin Knight beating Will. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I hear, hold on, RJ. Oh, that's fine though, because then you can make it into a story. Like, bro, we can make this into a story. Like, I wouldn't care if Kevin Knight lost the next round. I want him to win, but I know for a fact that he will lose in the next round. Now, I'm gonna say this on the flip side. More than likely, Will is probably going to win. More than likely. But there's nothing wrong with Kevin winning, bro. There's nothing wrong
with Kevin winning. Because here's the thing. Looking at the tournament bracket, it's gonna be so weird. Let's say Mox does retain.
Okay.
Let's say for whatever reason they decide not to pivot. Why the would you do Mox Kevin or why would Kevin not even be around that title picture considering what's going on? Like the fact that he's a replacement. Winning. He's a replacement for Jay though, and the thing is, I don't think Jay was beating Will Ospreay. Because you want Will Ospreay, your giant baby face, to go to the finals.
Well, wait, I don't know where our disconnect is today, bro. Like, I'm not understanding where the disconnect is, because the way you're talking, it makes you seem like I said Kevin Knight's gonna win the whole tournament, bro.
Because you're knocking the only guy out that's probably going to win. If it was Will and who else is in this tournament? Takeshita. I could see them doing a big move for him to beat Takeshita, because Takeshita's not winning the tournament. Will Ospreay's probably not guaranteed. If there's anybody in this tournament that's gonna win, it's fucking Will Ospreay. The only other one would be Hangman, because I want to see Hangman swerve. But if there's anybody in this tournament winning, it's Will Ospreay at number 1. So you can't have Kevin win, because Will's definitely going to win this.
Oh, bro, you cannot say that though, because
I can.
Kevin came to the dub. Right now we're at like what? I'm gonna say 2 weeks. He came to the dub 2 weeks ago. It immediately made an impact. I'm gonna say an impact, but you know, he got over with Jay White when he did his first match.
R.I.P. TNA.
And that, huh?
Sorry, no, keep going.
And then he got over when he was wrestling with the Bruv, and they did the tag match and everything. Yes. So, and all right, let me get my thoughts together. Then, within the same 2 weeks, bro's in a pay-per-view with one of the biggest baby. What is wrong with bro beating the biggest babyface to get his name out there? It's not going to diminish Will if he loses. Like, it's okay to lose. LeBron loses all the time.
Brother, this is a number 1 contender tournament. You want Will Ospreay to be the number 1 contender. You're not going to knock Will out of this tournament that early, because odds are he's probably going to win the thing. Because honestly, Will Ospreay Swerve or Will Ospreay Mox works for All In, because it's going to sell tickets, because he's the number 1 babyface in the company. So RJ, yes, odds are Will Ospreay's winning this tournament. So no, Kevin Knight cannot win, because this isn't a thing where he goes to the lower bracket. This is a thing where if Will loses, he's out, and odds are he's winning the tournament.
Maybe I'm just cooked right now, because I'm not understanding like where our disconnect is today, because you're thinking about this as a Kevin Knight fan and not as a professional wrestling. I'm being a professional, bro. I literally said earlier though, the more than likely Will is going to win. I said that. Yeah, probably he's going to win.
Not probably. I don't think there's a percentage where Kevin Knight wins this. I don't think there's a 1% chance, because again, I don't think Jay White had a 1% chance, because Will Ospreay is more than likely going to win the entire tournament. So,
you know what?
Respectfully, no, Kevin Knight doesn't have a chance to beat Will Ospreay.
You know what? I'm gonna put this on Twitter after the pod.
I would love that, because there isn't.
We're never gonna talk about it.
There isn't a percentage in my body that thinks Kevin Knight even has a chance to win. Because again, Jay White's one of my guys. He's on the white list, and he didn't have a chance to beat Will Ospreay. Not because he couldn't do it, but because Will's probably winning the tournament. Because after that, he fights what, Hangman maybe? Because isn't it Hangman wild card under him?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, chat. Who y'all think the wild card is? That's gotta be.
I'm saying this.
Who? It gotta be Eddie Kingston, right?
That's what I said too. I don't care for bro, but literally it has to be him. I don't see no one else taking that spot.
I don't think it has to be, only for the pure fact that I don't think Eddie Kingston would win the tournament, and I think but if Mox loses the title, maybe. Also, it's also interesting for the pure fact because just before we move on to the main event, Darby was announced to go up Mount Everest, and he starts his climb on the 15th. So I think that eliminates him fully from the wild card thing, because they said it's going to take longer than expected because he's a new climber. So I don't think the wild card is Darby, because I don't think they're going to delay that Hangman match that long. But I just wanted to get that out there, because I saw a couple people say Darby, but I don't think so. Unless they're lying about him going up Everest, which I think would be stupid, but they could. You never know. They could do that. I think it'd be a bad idea, but they could.
I promise you, if this would came out to a lie, bro, I'll probably crash out on Twitter. Because why would you lie and then have him not become the world champion? We just subjected to the Death Riders, even though it's picking up now, but to be subjected to it for this long been ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous.
Speaking of Death Riders, let's get on to the main event and the meat and potatoes of the whole dynasty. we got Swerve, whose house? Swerve's house versus. I don't got nothing for Mox. Mox got no tagline or nothing. He just Mox.
That
I don't got.
scum
I don't
of
got
the
a.
earth, that evil piece of shit, John
I don't got
Moxley.
I don't got a plastic bag or nothing for people to get the joke or nothing like. But I think Mox finally loses. His reign of terror is finally gonna be over. Uh, reign of terror is crazy, but
It's kind of has been low key.
that's really what it's been.
That's kind of what it was supposed to be, anyways. But
Uh-huh.
it has a different meaning when we've had. I had to watch Mox cope twice, so
But
it's a different kind of reign of terror.
I think, and internet, please don't kill me when I say this. Like, please don't kill me when I say this. But I think we're going to get a WrestleMania-esque ending to the Swerve Mox match. When I say that, I just strictly mean we're going to have Mox pull out like all the cheats, all the boys. He's gonna get everyone, he's gonna pull out all the stops to try and beat Swerve, just to Swerve to come out on top.
Allow me to set the scene. Rated FTR won the trios titles, and at the end take out the Death Riders with a triple concerto, meaning they're out of the match entirely. Mox comes down with Marina Shafir. They put on a banger match, and as Marina Shafir is about to get involved, Hangman Adam Page in the back stops Willow Nightingale from running out to help. And then Hangman, in no words spoken, moves out of the way and lets Willow go. Stops Marina Shafir. Swerve beats Mox. 5-star banger. Classic. A classic out of Swerve.
I'm not going to show in your dream. I'm not going to show in your dream.
AEW World Champion. First ever two-time African-American AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. I don't see it going anywhere else.
Oh, it's crazy how you said that really quick. I'm not even going to talk about it. I just wanted to say it's crazy how the internet was so mad that he said that when he literally said the first ever African-American championship in AEW.
Yeah, he was.
Everyone swore he said he was the first ever African-American champion. That's not what he said, but okay.
I didn't see that. That's dumb if that's what they said, because that's stupid.
It's so stupid. But I just want to put that out there.
He's been saying that for over 2 years about being the first Black AEW champion, and then when he won, was saying that even after. So that people are just they're choosing not to listen to what actually was said.
Yeah, but I just wanted to put that out there though. But I really do hope Swerve wins. Mox did his job. I'm glad he beat the shit out Brian Danielson. Brian Danielson. I was right the first time. Yeah. Brian Danielson. I'm glad he beat the shit out of him, got the strap off of him. I'm glad he got him the fuck up out of the dub. Now
he says that, but he's been active. But okay.
Active where?
He's on the board.
I'm not gonna get.
board. He's helping out besides half the matches that you've praised. He's been a part of with the stuff.
No,
so
I'm cool with that.
Talk about my goat like that.
I'm just talking about strictly graps. Oh, strictly graps.
I hate him back in the ring. I hate him and Kevin Knight. Ooh, him and Kevin Knight would put on a banger. I'm gonna stop. Come on, keep it going. What you saying?
Yeah. But anywho, I just want to say Mox's time I think is well overdue. I feel like the whole internet is, and no, I'm not gonna say, and the whole Stickle community is over it. We've been dealing for a long time. It's time for pivot. I think this is the time. Maybe we revisit Mox as a champ, but I'll say after Texas All In, then we can revisit it.
I mean, he's always going to be a constant presence. He was one of their biggest stars for a long time. He's the only, I think, 3 or 4 time AEW World Champion. He'll always have a spot there. I just think he overdid it this time. I think he was over ambitious, and it just didn't end up working, which sucks. But it happens. So I think it's just time.
But no, I'm not gonna put it all on him. I think a part of it has to fall on Darby going to climb this dumbass mountain, because what him and Darby were doing was great. I'm not gonna cap when Darby crashed in the car and everything. Like, I was cool with all that, all the build up, everything, just for Darby to get up and fucking leave. It just fucked up everything. And I think that's why it was so stale until Swerve got in the mix.
Of course, but this was also, Moxie's idea, so he knew it was gonna go this route of Darby was what I was gonna say. Darby not being there, and it's just, I'll be dead honest with you. If we had kept this intensity, and I know it's hard because you don't want to feed all your main event guys to Moxley, even though I don't think it would really hinder him this bad. But the Swerve chapter of the Death Riders has been so interesting. It almost low key makes me forget about the rest of it. because the coach stuff was just boring and long and drawn out. Before that, it was Hangman and Jay White getting in each other's way, but in reality, those could have been two individual defenses. Orange Cassidy's chapter was interesting until it got cartoony, and then there's just no real like. Well, there was a real ending, but it wasn't like a great ending. So it was just like it all just felt stale. And now that it's really good, it's like, damn, I'm kind of okay with Mox keeping it, but not at the behest of Swerve, because I would rather Swerve hold this title again.
I definitely would too. I can't wait, and I hope we're like for everything. I hope the main event. I hope it's right, because boy, Swerve's lose. I'm definitely gonna be pissed.
I can't see.
I can't see it.
I can see Swerve losing, but I don't. My brain blocks it out because it's like
there's no way.
It's just not a good idea.
I also will say this is probably gonna be the second best dub pay-per-view of the year.
Hands up, might be.
Because I really think All In, for how much promo they're doing for All In Texas, bro, they gotta have something planned crazy for it. And I can't wait. Excuse me, but damn, what a show, bro.
Yeah, Dynasty show.
Dynasty's gonna be a tough ass show, and I can't wait to watch it. TTR fam, thank you for sitting here watching us yap it up. Is that Mama RJ?
Yeah, she's doing it.
Hey, Mama RJ, she can't guest appearance by Mama RJ. Yeah, you gotta get her a strap, bro. You gotta give her a strap. Every time she come down, she gotta have the strap on her shoulder.
Walk around like when you walk out of the pay-per-view without it back. Hit up the one real quick.
That would be so cold. But I will say thank you, everyone. And if you made it to the end, I know you're probably tired hearing this yap. You know, you probably been yawning a couple times, you know. You probably try to still wake up anytime you watch it. You know what? We got something that can help you. What you got over there, RJ?
Bro, we still got the loopy fruits, my bad. I can't remember what. Use code SHOOT2, number 2 win for 10% off. Even just that.
Yo, give me cry, man.
I don't even know what that is.
You're fired for The Price is Right. You could never work on The Price is Right ever.
That's because the price is wrong and the price is too damn much.
Oh my god! But TTR fam, Sickle fam, in the words of RJ, we'll see you when we motherfucking see you.